Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben's award-winning podcast, as voted by Grow Your Own magazine and by my followers and listeners. So if you're new to the podcast, make sure you click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts, listen back to all our previous episodes, sit back, grab a brew and let's enjoy today's episode. Hello everyone and welcome to Gardening with Ben. I hope you're all well. Well, we didn't have an episode yesterday as I was absolutely lazy yesterday and I couldn't be bothered to do anything. So, yep, I tell the truth and that's what I do with gardening as well. So, that's why we didn't have an episode yesterday. But we are back today with a brand new episode. So, what did we do yesterday on our lazy day? Well, we woke up, I went to the allotment. It was absolutely freezing down there. It was so frosty down at the allotment yesterday, and I thought there's no chance of doing anything whatsoever down there. I'd just be frozen solid straight away. My plums would be frozen, my feet would be frozen, and yeah, I thought there's no point in doing anything whatsoever. So I came home and I just relaxed all day basically. So, what have we been up to today, seeing as Saturday was a no-go? Well, we got down to the allotment nice and early. The sun was shining, there was no frost around, which meant I could finally do some digging. So, this week I'm planning on sorting out my strawberry patch area, as it's moving from where it's been for the last 6 or 7 years. Every year I dig them up and I trim them down, weed the area, put some fresh chicken manure down over the area, and then I replant them again. I do that every single year. I spend so much time on my strawberry plants to get them going ready for the year ahead. And I thought, instead of planting them back where they've been for the last 6 years, I'm going to plant them somewhere different. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm digging them up from the patch that they've been in, and I'm moving them to another area of my allotment which gets quite a lot of sunlight, so hopefully they may produce better, and with the sunlight will provide more flowers and more pollination and hopefully some bigger produce. That's my plan anyway. So, and obviously there's better nutrients in the soil because we've not had the strawberries there before, so hopefully they'll get all the nutrients they need and grow very productively. That's the plan, and hopefully it will work. We'll have to see how we get on with that. So it's going to be a big job because we've got to dig them all up from everywhere that they've been, and I've got over 200 strawberry plants in total. And this area that I'm moving to is a bigger area, so hopefully we can split some of them down to create more strawberry plants and have even more plants. I'm aiming for 300 plants this year, so we need to see if we can achieve it, see if we can manage to get that 300 plants, and obviously see if they all take, because they won't all take. Some of them won't root or take hold in the ground, but we'll see how they get on and see if we can manage to get them to take. I've put some bone meal down on the soil before I'm planting them this time. Hopefully that will improve the chances of them rooting. And obviously with it being very wet at the moment, the roots should take pretty well. Just hoping the frost doesn't get to the roots and kill them off, but we'll see about that. We'll plant them nice and well and hopefully they'll take root and take stock. So I'm hoping in this area I'm gonna have some more fruit in the area as well, because like I said, I'm wanting to try and grow a grapevine on my plot. That would be my key thing to try and grow, because I do love growing fruit on the plot, because you get your money's back from it. The amount of produce that you get from your fruit, you certainly get your money's worth. So the more fruit that I can have on my plot, the more worthwhile investment it really is, and I mean it from that. because you get so much fruit from it year after year. You don't have to keep replacing plants, so you get your money's worth every single year, and that pays for the plot outright with the amount of fruit that I have. So what else have we been up to today? Well, it's my favourite day of the month, and that means I've been to the Pollen Market in Sheffield, and I've talked about this before, and if you are in the Sheffield area, it is definitely well worth a visit, because there's so much to go and see. There was a few less stalls this time because there were a few stall holders that had got coronavirus, so they couldn't have the stalls. But the stalls that were there today, some of them are my really good friends that I talk to every single time when I go down there, and some were new stall holders. So it's great to get to talk to them and see what they're up to and how they're getting on down at the Pollen Market. Because a lot of these businesses that are at the Pollen Market are small independent businesses, and yes, sometimes the prices may be a bit more, but you're supporting an individual person, which means a lot more to me, supporting an individual person, than supporting a company, a big massive company, a well branded company that'll pay staff minimum wages and stuff like that. So that is why I love to support stuff like this. And one of my good friends from down there at Sprig Bathing, they do all different scented candles, and I have a few candles myself and I do like to smell them, but I love what he does. He's got such a passion for what he does and how much he enjoys it, and he's doing it full time now with his partner and family, and it's really going well for him. And he was telling me some of the stuff what he's thinking of doing this year, and it's so interesting to listen to other people's stories of what they want to achieve with their businesses and how far they want to take it. And I even mentioned to him about having a gardening with Ben candle, which could be a good thing. I know some of my followers would probably purchase it, but let me know if there's a scent what you would like as a gardening with Ben candle, and maybe it's something I can collab with him to get to do. So yeah, I'd definitely love to try something new, and I'm always up for collabs. If anybody fancies doing something, let me know. And like I say, send me messages. It's always good to talk to people that listen to these podcasts, and I'm getting some amazing downloads of my podcasts. It's blowing my mind how many people are actually downloading them at the moment. It seems to be picking up every single day, and the other day I got 200 downloads, and I couldn't believe it. It seems to be getting bigger and bigger. So thank you for those who are listening and who are supporting. So do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the episodes, and you get notified when a new episode pops up, because it could be at a different time each day, so make sure you click that button. But yeah, I was also looking at another friend's stall, Giddy Kippers Plants, and they are getting ready for this year with all their plants. They've been running their little business for 3 years. And one of the things that he said to me is that he's still learning lots. There's still lots to learn. And that's what I always say with gardening, is that there's still lots and lots to learn. You never stop learning with gardening. You're always learning new methods, new ways, different tricks, different things. Some years it may work, some years it might not do. And he was telling me about how he keeps weather records now, temperature records of each day of when he's sown stuff, so that he knows what temperature it was the last year when he sowed it, and he will grow it around that same temperature again if possible. So it's always good to look back on these records and see how they get on. But they had some fantastic stuff on their stall. They had alliums, and I've got a few alliums on my plot, and they're absolutely fantastic. If you've not got any allium bulbs in your plot, try and get some in, because they are obviously part of the onion family, and the bees absolutely love them. and they were like a big purple ball of flowers, and the bees just land on them and absolutely adore them. They're the best things for allotments, alliums, and they'll certainly attract the bees to your plot. So if you're wanting the bees on your plot, get some allium bulbs. And they've got some garlic growing, they've got some broad beans growing, and I was talking to them about how broad beans are brilliant to start off around now, because the later you start them off, the more chance there are of black fly swarming on them. So if you plant them earlier, you'll get the hot crop earlier, and you won't get the black fly what come with them. So that's a little tip for you. They've got rhubarb plants. They've got quite a few rhubarb plants, and obviously rhubarb is so easy to grow. It's unbelievable, and it's so easy to grow from seed as well. Really good. So yeah, and they've got plenty of different herbs. I just love to go and see all these different stall holders. I don't always buy from stall holders, but it's nice just to go and have a chat to them as well, and see what they're up to, and share with each other what's happening. And I love it. Yeah, it's a real sense of plant community. Everybody talking about the same favourite things that they absolutely love with one another. So yeah, it's been a busy old day today, so I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll get lots and lots done on the allotment this week, and hopefully I'll have more podcasts to share with you. So please do keep listening. Remember to click that subscribe button. Until next time, keep smiling, keep gardening, and keep listening to Gardening with Ben's podcasts. So thank you for listening to today's episode of Gardening with Ben. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode. Remember to do click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our podcasts. Feel free to share them on your Instagram stories so that it spreads the word about my podcast and we get lots more listeners. Feel free to check out my social media sites, Facebook and Instagram as well, Gardening with Ben, and also my YouTube channel, to stay up to date with all my handy videos, how-to videos, and sharing my tips and advice. And feel free to check the link as well in the description for my Gardening with Ben t-shirts. Lots of funny gardening design t-shirts in there for you to purchase at great prices too. So thanks again, and as always, remember, keep smiling and keep gardening.